Okay, I'm here with Malena right now, and we are going to talk a little bit about the course Second Nature Runners. And we're now on week 9 out of 12. And Malena, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I have three kids, 12-year-old and two toddlers. So life is pretty hectic just with them. But I'm also running a business. I'm a coach and a therapist and starting up courses and stuff right now. So I'm kind of in the middle of doing a lot. So me taking this course would seem like really, I mean, if you think about it before, if I didn't get this chance and I was, excited to do it, I would have thought that I could make it. But I was really excited when I heard about your course and this opportunity to do this and try it out because I've always wanted to become a runner. And that's kind of what you do, making people into runners. So yeah, so my life is super hectic, and yeah, what else do you want to know about that?
Thank you. That's a good reply. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your history as a runner? Have you ran anything before?
So not really. I've had, since I was like, I think I might have been like 17, 18, 19, something like that, when I had a dream where I ran 1 Swedish mile. And I woke up like super excited because I wasn't tired after this mile. And this has kind of stuck with me since then. And I've always thought like I'm going to be a runner. I'm going to be a runner. But every time that I've tried, I've maybe done 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 even kilometers. I've tried different things, and I've maybe done it for 3 times in a row, like in a week or two. And I've always hurt myself, or I've always like felt, oh, it's too hard. I don't know. It's not a good feeling around. It's not been a good feeling around running. Uh, but I've had this vision, so I haven't given up on it. So then when I heard about you and kind of, well, sometime maybe I should just get some help doing it, because I haven't managed on my own. So yeah, so that's my background. So I haven't really run a lot, but you know,
Hmm. Thank you. And it's funny because you have always dreamt of becoming a runner and like actually literally had a dream about being
yeah.
a runner, doing a 10K and it feeling easy. And so we have a couple more weeks of this course, and I'm certain that within the next 3 weeks you'll be able to do a 10K, and it feeling pretty easy.
And when you said that to me first time we met, I felt like, well, maybe not in 12 weeks, but maybe later on. And I'm not in a hurry, so it wouldn't be, it would be okay. But now as I'm in week, well, you are in week 9 and I'm a little after because I was sick for a couple of weeks and was hurt. But actually, when you say that, it feels like, yeah, I might be able to do that actually, because I've already done 6K without hurting myself and feeling like, whoa, I could almost go on a little bit more. So it seems possible. Yep. Yep.
Mm. Yeah, I love this process. I mean, it's gonna be so
Yep.
nice when you finally hit that goal.
Totally. Yep.
And what visions do you have for your running in the future?
Oh goodness, I have a really clear vision. I don't know, I don't know where it comes from, but I kind of see myself when I'm out running. I see myself being this 70-year-old me. Now I'm 43, so 30 years almost. I see myself like a machine, just going, my rounds. Super. It's not like I'm super tired doing it. It's just like my routine, and I do it. I just put on my shoes and I just do it. It's like second nature runner, seriously, when I'm 70. And I don't think it's going to take me 30 years to do that. But that's what I see, actually.
Hmm.
So it's kind of something that I always go back to, even though I might have pauses in life when, I don't know, when I'm sick or whatever. But it's, I see myself that it's easy to do it again. Other times it's been like, well, months before I've tried again if something happened, But now I know how to get back. I know how to take care of, if I'm injured, and I know how to listen to my body. I felt like I've really become, through this course, really careful about my speed and just not having, I'm busy, but I'm not rushed, you know. doing this. So it's a long process. I see it as an investment for a long time.
Mm.
So
Amazing.
yeah,
I love that. I hadn't really thought about that before, that you feel busy in your life, but your running life is not rushed.
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm not like wanting to have a certain time to run that mile. It's just that I want to be able to do that and feel like I can do this. This is not hard for me. It's like a nice run when I go out for 10K, you know. That's my vision. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. And you mentioned some things that you learned about this course. You learned a little bit about how you can limit injuries, or what to do when you get injuries, and you learned that you shouldn't rush the running. You shouldn't run too fast. What other things have you learned these 7 weeks?
There's so many details. I didn't think I didn't know how much uh, things, or like how many details you could talk about running. I was like, well, you run and you run fast or slow, like that's the thing. But you have so much knowledge about details that I didn't know I would care about. But it's been so fun to learn about, this what is it called?
Do you mean the lactic acid threshold graph?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So
that's super
things like that,
cool.
I didn't know that it would be interesting to me. But now when I'm like, I want to become a runner, I want to understand. For me, it's really important when I do something, I'm really motivated when I understand why I do it. So I know why I'm going to run on grass and not the asphalt, for example. I've learned the pace. Just the first thing you told me, you're running way too fast the first time we were out running, you know? And that's been my problem always, because it's been horrible every time. Like it doesn't feel good, you know. But now I feel like we've increased slowly the length of the run, and it's been really healthy, I feel. And so yeah, I've learned so many details that I didn't know I cared about, but it's interesting. I love it. I've become kind of a nerd about it, and I'm surprised actually, because it's not my interest. I didn't know it was my interest. I just wanted to run, you know.
Hmm.
But it helps to know these things, and also how to tweak your running, like how to just lean in a little bit more, use your hips in a different way. And that it actually, when you gave us those small tweaks about how to hold your body, it was like I felt like the body became like a machine. I was just going with it instead of like trying to get it to run. It felt like it was running for me. And I know my sister said the same thing when she did this. And we were like, it really feels like a motor, you know? And so these small tweaks are really exciting to learn about, because then it makes it so much fun, so much more fun.
I,
And
I love that
yeah,
feeling also, when I'm just looking down on my knee or my legs, and I just feel like
yeah,
they're moving, and they're moving me there. It's like a vehicle.
it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And what have you learned about the running form? I remember that you a couple of weeks back when we talked about that, you were like super excited about the running form.
It's because I see a difference in me. Like when I understand why I do things, and I notice that it becomes easier for me to run, then I get really excited, because obviously I can get better. I guess there's so many more tips I could learn from now on, and improve even more. And that's kind of cool to know how to tweak it to get better. First, I didn't want to run with anyone else because I wanted to learn how to do it, you know. But now it's more, I notice it quickly and I could just adjust it if I forget, you know. So I'm still not, you know, it's not in my body yet, but I know how to get there. And also the strength training was like, oh, boring strength training. I don't know, like your legs. I'm not really. I think it's fun to lift weights and stuff, but I don't know. This kind of training is not that fun, but I think because you explain why you do it, you kind of say this muscle can carry this much, and if you're training this happens. So it's really, you know, yeah, I feel super nerdy about it now, but it's I think it's cool to learn these things, because you understand and you get motivated to do the training. Otherwise it's just like, well, do your strength training and get better, but you really explain why, and then I'm motivated to do it, because I feel like this is going to help me in my next run.
Hmm.
So I'm going to get to my 10K soon.
Amazing,
Yep.
amazing. And that was a little bit about the information about running, or like nerdy stuff about running. And if we go back to the busy part, because this course is for busy people, especially for busy people to fit into their lives. And what clever plans have you made the last couple weeks to fit running into your life?
Well, as busy mom and a business owner, I mean, I would never have thought I could make time. It's like it feels like I don't have time to breathe sometimes. But so you really helped me to first, planning is not my strength, and I haven't done the written plans that you've invited us every week because it's I don't know what resistance I have towards that. But in my mind, I have set like Tuesday I'm gonna run, and then that day I have been putting on my running clothes right away. And for example, I had a call. And I just took a walk doing that call, and that made me, when I hung up the phone, it was so easy because I was already warmed up, so I just did the run and it was super easy, it was not like, oh, I'm going to go running and it's hard. So it's kind of, you've taught me to combine things, and especially you talked on the phone and you even run. I know I haven't tried that, to run and talk at the same time, but that's my next step, I guess. So planning in my head, I'm having my first written plan on Sunday because I'm gonna try that too. But combining, like when I have kids, I've also done the live calls that we did. I did that once out walking with my son in the carrier because it's in during sleep time. So I took him in the carrier and I just went out for a walk, talking to you guys. And then when he fell asleep and the talk was over, or our live was over, I just kept left my son at home and I went out running. And it like makes it so easy to do it. It's another thing to put on your stuff and then go out and you're cold or whatever. But to combine it with stuff has really helped me to do it um, most of the weeks when I've not been hurt or sick. So
I found that principle that you can combine running with other activities so good for busy people. It's just
yeah,
like doing, like having a phone call, running, and putting your kids to sleep
yeah,
at the same time. So
yeah,
good. Oh.
yeah. You can't really say that you don't have time. Seriously, like when I just hear your voice, kind of, it's like you can't say you don't have time because I mean, you just do it together with something else, and once you start doing it, it's easy to keep on doing it. So.
Hmm. Yep. Amazing. And how do you feel about running now compared to when you started?
Oh, it's so different. Like what I explained before, every time like I had this vision of how I would feel, it wouldn't feel like that before. I was just hurt and I was so tired and
When you say
I don't know,
that you were
in the
hurt,
beginning,
what do you mean with hurt?
like
The word hurt.
pain in my back, in my knees. It's like first time if I didn't run for a long time, it went pretty well. I could, run 3 kilometers or something and feel like, oh, that was pretty nice. And then the next time, like 2 days or 3 days later, I was like broken. I was tired. I couldn't do it. Like it didn't feel good in the body. So I would just give up because I never got to that feeling of that it felt good, and I always hurt myself somehow. And but now, like how I've learned to improve really slowly. Like we started, what was it, like first time you took me out on, like before we met, I tried one round like weeks before. I tried like, and I did 1.5, I think, kilometers, and I was so tired and I felt like it was not fun. And it was just like 1.5. I've had a kid, 2 kids in 4 years, and so it's obviously my body is not in the best shape, but it was horrible. But then just a few weeks later, when you took me out and showed me the pace that I have to pace myself, we did, I don't know, was it 2.5 or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and I had a kind of bit of pain in my knee, but it was like a tension more. So we kind of took it easy in the beginning, in the end, and it went better. And then I really learned to listen to the signals, to slow down if I felt any tension, and just slow down for a couple of 100 meters and then go again and relax. And So I've learned to listen to my body, and it's so much easier now to, because then I can go on, and it's not a bad experience. It's a good experience. I feel good when I'm out running. I get that kind of a little bit of high when I do it. Like I've sent you a picture sometimes, like, oh, I feel like a runner now for the first time. Maybe I feel like I can become a runner. And that took only like 2 weeks for me to feel that. Like, oh, I could do this, I could improve this. Maybe in a few weeks I will do 10K, So really quickly in this course, I felt like I was doing progress. So it's been awesome. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you for sharing. And do you feel more confident as a runner now compared to
Yeah,
before?
totally. Yeah.
In what
That's
way?
just a straight yes. Just know how, like I said, it's the same answer. Like, you know how to pace yourself, you know how to take care of your body, you don't overdo it, you're not in a rush, you know how to tweak your movement so it feels better and you get faster. And so yeah, absolutely. I didn't know there was such a huge, like, the science behind it. I had no clue, and of course it makes me feel more confident now when I know more about it.
Hmm.
And I think what I love with your videos is, like, sometimes I get, like you say, if this feels a bit too much, like details and stuff, because you know so much, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to go back. And then you kind of summarize it in the end. If you just remember this, you got it. So that's really good. You don't have to, if you're not a detail nerd, you can still do this course and kind of flip through it pretty fast if you're not interested in the small details. But because you kind of explain it simply in the end, like, remember this, and you give, like, metaphors and stuff to remember how to do the strength training, like the hamburger. It's easy to remember. That was like, how am I going to remember this? Practice. I have to check, but you give this. It's super good.
Yeah.
You make it easy. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And so you talked a little bit about the videos. You talked about the weekly meetings. Some other things that we have in the course is an app that you can use, that you have access to all the videos. And every week there's a new topic that we talk about, a new module with
Yep.
about 40 minutes of material that is released. And then we have some checkup calls in between, and I send out some email reminders and some summaries on email, and among these things, what is it that you like?
The short videos, it's like 5 or 10 minutes parts of these weekly 40 minutes, so you can do it on your run or your walk or whatever. And then it's also that you show stuff, like you film yourself while you do these exercises, so it's super easy. It's never like a question, what does it look like to do this warm up stuff. You show it really thoroughly, and you even make like real time the threshold. No, what is that, interval training, kind of, what do you call it?
Yeah,
Anyway,
a real
yeah.
time walkthrough of the interval session.
Exactly. There's so many. You've done it so well. I think there's so many. You're really generous in this course, I would say, in details, and help to make it easy for us, to learn. So it was something else that I thought about when you said, what else with the course? We have the weekly calls. They're really helpful. No matter if you're in line, I've been after for a couple of weeks, but it doesn't matter really. When we're in the live calls, we talk about a subject during the week, and I learn from the other ones. And so even if you are late in the course, it doesn't really matter, I think. And it's really fun to hear the other people's insights about what they have learned, because then you get that repeated and learn a lot more.
How does the community from these weekly meetings help you in your running?
It was just fun to feel that you're not doing this alone, and you hear their perspectives and get ideas from them. So I like that. It's just a good feeling not doing it alone. I also, one thing that I really learned about myself is that from now on, I'm just gonna not try for years to learn something on my own. I'm gonna do it with someone, or, because it's so much more effective. And you get, so, like, the results get, so you get them so fast to do it with others. And also the weekly check-ins that you do sometimes, just a 5-10 minute call, see where I'm at, and the plan for the week. That's been really helpful for me, I think, to get this accountability. that helps a lot. And me and my sister, who is doing this course also, we're thinking that we're going to put it in our calendar to call each other once a week after this is gone, because we know we need it, to check in. How are you going? How is it going?
Hmm.
So that's our plan.
Amazing. And then you can be lifetime runners.
Yeah, 70-year-olds, running together. Awesome.
Amazing. So who would you recommend this course to, and who would you not recommend it to?
Oh, that's a hard question, because it's like, well, anyone could do this, because you make it easy for like someone who's really interested in details to get so much out from it. I don't know if there are more details, but because there's so much, it's so much. But and the ones who are not interested in that would still get, they could rush through the videos. Sometimes I listen quickly, and like a double speed or something, and that works fine too, to save even bit more time. But then you get so I don't know if there are people who maybe like, well, I'm thinking about one thing, like, that you obviously, if you don't like running, if it's not something that you are like, you just think that you should do, maybe that's not the person. Like, if you see yourself like, oh, I would love to feel that way, and like have this inner feeling of, I want to become a runner, then I don't think maybe you could do it. If you just feel like you should run or take care of your body, it could help. But I think you have to do the work. I mean, you have to be motivated yourself to have a goals and to get somewhere, because that's kind of what's carrying me, at least. I don't know about the others in this course, but like that vision of me having this tool to take care of my body, like it costs nothing, and it I could do it wherever I am. If life changes, I can still put it in my life. So it's not like a gym thing that you kind of drop out after 3 months. um so you can always take it back, and it doesn't cost anything. So I don't know if I have any other people who wouldn't take the course. Anyone who would want to become a runner, seriously, because that's what you feel after a few weeks, like you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Do you have any final thoughts that you want to share before we end this call?
I just feel like everyone should just give this a try, at least. I mean, I don't know what it would be worth to get this knowledge, like I don't know, a lot, to get this help to get going in this way, to understand why you do it. And I feel super motivated. So yeah, no, I don't know anyone who wants to do this.
Amazing.
It's been awesome.
So you mean that
Yeah.
you don't know how much money you'd pay for this? Like you'd be willing to pay
Seriously, it's
tens?
worth pretty much.
Yeah.
And you haven't even asked me this, but I mean, it's worth a lot to get this kind of help and insight, because this is not something that I'm just gonna do and then forget. It's like learning how to run a bicycle. That's what I think it is. Like, I'm learning how to lean in, use my body to run in a healthy way and efficient way, and I think that's gonna stay with me. That's what I think, at least. So it's like lifetime learning. Yeah.
Learn how to run, which is the best exercise for busy people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
this call, Malena. I wish you all the best in the future of your running life.
Thank you so much, Oscar. Thank you for
Okay.
this
Bye
opportunity.
bye.
Take care. Bye bye.